Hi, this is Christian, and welcome to NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news. Coming your way are playoff predictions for 2013. We start out with Wild Card Weekend. This weekend should be a good one. A great AFC North showdown when the 6-seeded Ravens take on the 3-seeded Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Ravens know how to win in the postseason, with Joe Flacco winning at least one playoff game in each of his first 5 seasons. And the Bengals have made the playoffs in the last 2 seasons and are trying to make it a 3rd straight season. The Bengals have plenty of hype, with plenty of teams saying they have a good shot to win the AFC. But I think the road ends here with a minor upset as the Ravens will advance. The 5th-seeded Houston Texans take on the 4th-seeded New England Patriots. Now, the Patriots have experience with obviously Tom Brady and Bill Belichick playing the Texans many times before, but the Texans will want revenge. And so, will they win? No. They're just not strong enough for the Patriots' aerial attack. The Pats win this one. A great matchup of mobile quarterbacks when the Washington Redskins and RG3 take on Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers will be fired up after getting the 6th seed in the playoffs, and the Redskins, with getting the 3 seed in a home game, will also be ready to come out in front of their home fans as well. So who will win? I'm taking the Carolina Panthers, yes, the Panthers, to upset the Redskins and advance. A great matchup at Soldier Field when the Chicago Bears take on the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the Chicago Bears, with Matt Forte, Brandon Marshall, Jay Cutler, and Alshon Jeffrey, will be fueled up with plenty of offensive weapons to go around. I think Jay Cutler will have a bounce-back season. But on the other hand, the San Francisco 49ers defense will be ready to play, and I think that'll be just enough to get the 49ers the win over the Bears. Next on the road to the Super Bowl is the Divisional round. Ravens-Broncos. This sounds pretty familiar. Remember the Flacco fling, the Manning interception, double overtime? Yeah, I think you get it. Anyway, the Ravens will be remembering what happened and will try to repeat the same success they had against Denver in the playoffs last year, ruining their momentum and a chance to go to the Super Bowl. But the Broncos will want revenge in the playoffs. And with Peyton Manning, his years coming to an end, and a Super Bowl window closing, he'll find a way to get it done in the clutch. The Broncos will win. The 2-seeded Indianapolis Colts take on the New England Patriots. The Colts will be at home, and the fans will be ready to support their team after not being in the divisional round for quite some time now. The Pats are used to the situation, but I think Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts will upset the Patriots and head to the AFC Championship game to face Denver. A great matchup at CenturyLink Field when the number 1 seeded Seattle Seahawks take on the Panthers. Now, the Panthers, fresh off of a win against the Redskins, will have the momentum on their side, but the Seattle Seahawks will also be ready to play. The Seahawks never lose at home, and this should be a runaway game for the Seahawks. The Seahawks are headed to the NFC Championship game. A great matchup between the number 2 seeded Atlanta Falcons and the 5th seeded 49ers. The 49ers, coming off a win against the Bears, will have the momentum running, but the Falcons see the opportunity for them to go to the Super Bowl. So, will they win this game against the Niners? I think they will, with Tony Gonzalez, Roddy White, Julio Jones, Steven Jackson. I mean, they have too many weapons. Now, unless their defense holds them back, I think the Falcons should run away with this game and win the game. The NFC Championship game. A very, very exciting matchup when the number 1 and number 2 seeds collide. That would be the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Georgia Dome to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this game will be very entertaining with Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch on the Seahawks side, and Julio Jones, Roddy White, Tony G, and Matt Ryan on the Falcons side. Now, both teams have their share of weapons, and there could be some sleepers in this game with the Falcons could be running more than people think. The The Seahawks will be ready to play, but I think the Atlanta Falcons will get into the Super Bowl for the second time in their history. Next up is the AFC Championship game. The number 1 and number 2 seeds collide as the Colts take on the Broncos. Peyton Manning sees the sense of urgency here as they need to beat the Colts, as this may be their last chance to get into the Super Bowl. But the Colts want to spoil their fun and get into the Super Bowl as well. Reggie Wayne and Andrew Luck will play well in Denver, but I think it will be Peyton Manning's night out as the Broncos will advance to Super Bowl 48. Next up, Super Bowl 48 at MetLife Stadium. It's the final countdown when the Peyton Manning-led Denver Broncos take on the Matt Ryan-led Atlanta Falcons. Now the Falcons have Julio Jones, Roddy White, Matt Ryan, Steven Jackson, Tony G, Harry Douglas. I mean, this team is stacked. But there's a guy on another sideline, and his name is Peyton Manning. The sheriff is back in town, this time in New York, and he's ready to hold up the Lombardi Trophy. The Broncos have their share of weapons too, and I think the Broncos will step up and win Super Bowl 48.
It's Wild Card Weekend.
The first Wild Card Weekend game is between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Both teams are great, considering the Ravens won the Super Bowl last year, and the Bengals have one of the top receivers in the country. AJ Green will surely step up his game in his playoff game. So the Ravens will have some tough opponents to go up against, and I think the Bengals will just edge them out in this exciting game. The next match is between the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck will be excited to play against superstar quarterback Tom Brady, but that doesn't mean he can win. The Patriots' defense has improved, but their offense has just gotten worse by the minute. Rob Gronkowski is injured. They've lost Wes Welker, and, of course, there's Aaron Killed-My-Friendez in jail. There's not much they can do. However, I still think that the Patriots can just pull this one out barely. The next match is between the Panthers and the Vikings. Cam Newton will want this win badly, but that doesn't mean he can beat the Minnesota Vikings. With powerful running back Adrian Peterson, this team sure has a lot of skill when it comes to the offensive side. But other than that, they don't have much to it. Besides Adrian Peterson, there's not much about that team. So I think the Panthers will edge this one out. The last match in Wild Card Weekend is the Redskins versus the Packers. The Redskins have made a huge improvement with new quarterback Robert Griffin III, whereas the Packers have stayed the same. Great. Aaron Rodgers will sure have trouble with a bad offensive line, but that's not going to stop him from beating the Washington Redskins and moving on to the divisions.
It's the divisional round.
The first matchup is between the Broncos and the Patriots in the AFC Divisional round. This match is pretty tough. The Broncos are powerful with Peyton Manning, a great defense, and of course, receivers like Demaryius Thomas and Eric Deckard. The Patriots, on the other hand, have lost some powerful players. Rob Gronkowski is injured. Aaron Killed-My-Friendez in jail. Wes Welker now on the opposing team, the Broncos. I think Wes Welker will be fired up to go against his old team, and that'll help the Broncos win this one. The Texans versus the Bengals. What a great match. The Bengals, as we all know, have AJ Green, who will just catch all day long and get a touchdown easily. The Texans have the same thing though, with running back Arian Foster. He'll run it down the field and score a touchdown within the blink of an eye. The defenses of these two teams are about the same, so it'll really come down to the offense. Now keep in mind that the Bengals have not beaten the Texans the past 3 years. Same seedings and the same results. Will this year be different? No. The Texans beat the Bengals. This is it. It's the Cheeseheads versus the Bears. This well-known rivalry is sure to bring out the best of both teams. With powerful quarterback Aaron Rodgers, an improving defense, and wide receiver Jordy Nelson, the Packers have a lot going on for them. On the other side of things, though, is the Bears, with an amazing defense. Powerful coach Mike Ditka, never mind that, and amazing receiver Brandon Marshall. They have a lot going on for them as well. But I think, with everything going on, that the Bears will win this one. There's not much to say about this one. Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, and basically everything else about that team dominates.
The AFC Championship game.
What a great matchup for the AFC Championship. It's the Denver Broncos versus the Houston Texans. Now, the Texans have a great defense and can run with Arian Foster all day long. However, they don't have such a powerful quarterback as star Peyton Manning. The Broncos also have a good defense, but have better receivers than the Texans do. Even though Andre Johnson is a top prospect, Eric Decker and Demaryius Thomas together can beat him out. All Denver needs is a stronger running back, but they'll still win this one.
The NFC Championship game.
It's the NFC Championship game, and man, what a great matchup. The Seahawks have been powerful all season and have made it to this moment. But so have the Bears. It's the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed. The Seahawks have Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, and an amazing defense, whereas the Bears hit them right back with an amazing defense and Brandon Marshall. Now, with everything going on, I think the Seahawks will just barely win this one. They're headed to the Super Bowl.
It's Super Bowl 48.
It's the Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the Broncos. Peyton Manning is ready for another victory against the Seahawks. But wait, the Seahawks defense can take down Manning with one quick blink of an eye. But who knows? Could the Broncos step forward and beat this powerful Seahawks team? Or will Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch beat Peyton Manning? We'll find out after the break. Oh, we're back. Here we go, Super Bowl 48 final results. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Jacksonville Jaguars! Oh wait, this is upside down. The Seattle Seahawks! The Seahawks are taking home the Lombardi Trophy. Congratulations, Seattle.